Hello and welcome to the Crafter's Toolbox. Before we get started here, please do take a minute to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Today, I thought we'd take a look at a fun technique that allows you to watercolor even solid images. I really do like this Lacy Scrolls stamp set from Ulta New, but I feel like sometimes it's just a very flat background, so I wanted to explore some ways that I could give a little more dimension. And watercoloring on these solid images is completely possible. It's kind of like no line watercoloring. So I'm just using a 4-pack of colors from Ulta New here. I'm starting with soft lilac. This is the lightest color, and this is how we're going to get that no line watercolor look and get our guide at the same time. So now I have a really light image that I can start working from with my watercolor. Now I can start by just adding some water to the existing color, and that will get me that blended watercolor look to start with. But I want to add some more color to it. So I'm going to go into the next darker shade, which is Lavender Fields. And now that I have a little bit of water in here, of course, that's going to start to move around and kind of stay within the confines of where I've left the water. And the key to this is to allow each layer to dry a little bit so that way you don't get too much spreading going on. So I go ahead and I wet an area, and then I come back in with the darker color, and I start adding in those highlights and the lights that I want to add in. And just keep going around and around until I have it looking exactly the way I want. The great thing about this is that it's an easy way to introduce yourself to the idea of no line watercoloring, because you have this whole little area that you've already got established with the lightest shade. So I can just keep coming in and add in this no line look. So this one back here is pretty dry at the moment, so I can just add a little bit more water to it and come in with a darker shade now and add in more highlight wherever it is that I want to do that. And you can see it really does take on that kind of watered look. It looks really great. So another key to doing this really well is making sure that you have the right size brush. You don't want to be using a large brush for this. You'll be using a smaller brush in order to get into your fine areas. So I'm going to finish this up, and we'll play some music while I'm doing that. And here is a card that I did with that same technique. And you can see how they look like lovely watercolored images, even though I started with a stamped image that was a solid image to begin with. I hope you enjoyed this technique and you use it in a project soon. Of course, if you do, please do share it out on social media using the hashtag PMRetreat, and I will find you and share it with all of my followers. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me again for more in the Crafter's Toolbox. Until next time, happy crafting.